What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is John and this is John Paul Investing. So I wanted to go over where exactly Nano Dimension is today, especially after this most recent direct offering for $250 million, and just give you guys a rundown, just so you guys had a broad view of Nano Dimension and the possibilities right now for them. I won't be too detailed about it, but I am going to summarize all of those points in this video. But before I got into the video, I wanted to remind you that WEBULL is offering up to 4 free stocks. All you have to do is go down into the description and click on the link, open an account with WEBULL and deposit $100. Once your funds settle, you'll get your 4 free stocks, and then you can do whatever you want with those stocks. You can sell them, you can buy Nano Dimension stock, you can do whatever you want. So if that's something you're interested in, I highly recommend you check out that link. I also wanted to remind you that I do have a Patreon group now. So if you guys are looking for a way to directly support the channel and myself, I highly recommend you guys check out the link to the Patreon group. Once you click the link, you'll get sent to a page that looks like this. And right now there's only 2 groups available. Once the spots sell out, I am not opening up any more spots. So if you're interested in connecting with other investors like yourself, I highly recommend you check out the Patreon group as well. So just to start off the video, I am going to go over the points that I wrote down in a notepad on my computer. These are essentially the things that we are working with. These are the facts. I mean, there might be a couple things in here that could be, I guess, speculative, but this is just based on everything they have been telling us. Yoav Stern, any of the interviews they've had in the past, all the press releases that we've read. We have hints as to what they're doing in the future. I'm just working based off what we have. I'm going to try and be super unbiased. So first of all, they have a lot of money now, okay? They're going to be sitting on close to $650 million cash. Now, on top of this stack of money, they have no debts. So at least as of today, we understand that they have no debts. We don't know if from the most recent earnings call that they have taken on new debts. I don't think they have. But as of today, they're sitting on a ton of cash and no debts. So right now, there are already big names behind Nano Dimension. These are companies that are looking to partner with Nano Dimension, or companies that these are already clients of Nano Dimensions. We have companies like L3 Harrison Space. We have companies like Lockheed Martin. This is for military and things of that nature, satellites, radio towers, and military stuff like that. I'm not really too familiar. We have other smaller companies like Hensoldt, and some other German company that just announced a partnership to distribute some of Nano Dimension's printers. I don't remember their name exactly, but this is just another example of how they're going to leverage out their products and services. They have big names behind them, and I feel like this is just going to cause a domino effect of other big names to start to take notice and use their technology. At least that's how I imagine it's going to happen. I guess that is kind of biased, but I'll continue. We know that they have a new CEO now, Yoav Stern, who ended up replacing Amit Dror for the CEO position. Yoav Stern has previous mergers and acquisition experience. If you go to his LinkedIn, and I'll leave a link in the description. If you go to his LinkedIn page, you will see that he has previous mergers and acquisition experience. So this is a different approach that they're taking to market. So I think this is why they're raising all this money and looking for companies to combine with and implement their nano services. Speaking of Amit Dror, the founder is still within the company. I don't think he had the right expertise to effectively scale the business, which is why I think they sought out a new CEO to run and direct the business in a more efficient and, I guess, scalable way. Amit Dror had experience in technology. It does not mean he has a ton of experience as a publicly traded company. So I don't think this was a bad idea either. So Amit Dror is still there, and Yoav Stern is still there. We know that Nano Dimension clients have a constrained capital expenditure right now, so they are not able to spend a ton of money right now during times of crisis like now, or during CV-19. So they have to essentially limit their capital expenditures, which is what CapEx stands for, by the way. So if they're not able to spend a ton of money and the factories can't open up for them to install the printers, well, then they can't really have any business right now. So I think this is why Nano Dimension is doing what they're doing right now. They're raising a ton of money for this reason, and on top of the fact that they are trying to implement their nano services. And that goes to my point with nano services. So we know that they have this as a service sector of the business. While I think the main growth is going to be in selling the printers, I think that nano services is going to be a recurring revenue stream for them in the short term and going out into the long term. This is what they call their razors and razor blades business model. So essentially, you buy the printer, and then now you're going to have to supply the printer with the ink, and the only place you can get the ink is from Nano Dimension. So essentially, Nano Dimension is supplying the razor blade, and you have to keep buying new razors for it, or in this case, new dielectric inks and nanoconductive inks. We know that there is a new performance improvement kit for the Dragonfly LDM model, which is essentially just going to make the Dragonfly LDM printer, or the lights out digital manufacturing printer, more efficient in printing. I'm not exactly sure what the performance improvement kit is. Maybe there's some improved algorithms in how the machine prints the inks. Maybe there is less human intervention required. Maybe it's better at cleaning itself. I'm not exactly sure what the improvements are, but we know that they are looking to implement the performance improvement kits already, and it's just a matter of time before they give us some press release that a bunch of customers are upgrading the Dragonfly LDMs with the PIK. We also know that Nano Dimension is looking to improve materials. So this is the secret sauce for Nano Dimension, is finding more applicable materials for different industries. So they're looking for commercial, industrial, and military grade materials. So I think in the order it's going to go from is they're going to first find the commercial materials that they can, do a high volume if possible. And eventually, once they get into the industrial and military grade products, I'm expecting they have a lot more materials and possibly higher output machines. So they'll be able to print more circuit boards with more advanced materials. And I think that's the scope that they are trying to achieve. So that's another thing we're waiting for right now, is new materials in Nano Dimension's ink product line. So bringing up Yoav Stern, again, we have the possibility for a new acquisition or business combination with another company. And the reason they are going to do this is, I believe, more for the short term while they're weathering the effects of CV19. It's no coincidence that they did hire Yoav Stern as the CEO for Nano Dimension, and he just so happens to have mergers and acquisitions experience. So it makes total sense for them to look for another company to combine with and implement their nano services and immediately start generating revenues for shareholders. I don't think this is at all their end goal. I think this is just the easiest way for them to implement their nano services right now. I'm hoping they don't spend, a big chunk of this $650 million that they have on this merger and acquisition. I think it would make sense if they were to spend maybe half or less of it than the majority of it, because this way then they have plenty of money for working capital. They can operate as need be. They don't have to worry about capital expenditures being constrained right now. They can operate as usual, but mainly focusing on research and development and scaling up the nano services while they can. And just to give my opinion on the cash raise from yesterday, just to end this video, is that I think that Nano Dimension is doing a good job with raising money, because the more money they raise and the more shares they issue out to big institutional investors, I think it makes Nano Dimension stock a lot less susceptible to speculative trading. We won't see as sharp of those moves that go straight up and then pull back like 60-70%. I think the more institutional hands we have on Nano Dimension, the safer the stock is going to be. We won't see as big of swings as we've seen in the past, pulling back 40-50%, even 60% in certain cases. Big institutional investors have a long time horizon, which is also a very good thing, because this is what we need for a company like Nano Dimension. It wouldn't make sense to leave a majority of shareholders in retail hands, just because retail traders are generally looking just to make a quick buck a majority of the time. I don't want to speak for everyone, but with speculative day trading, it's very easy to manipulate a stock that does not have a very large institutional ownership. Now, of course, this is just my opinion, and I don't think any of you guys should take this as financial advice. I am just saying that I think Nano Dimension is in a good spot right now. It is just our job and our duty as shareholders to, watch them like a hawk and really figure out exactly what they're doing on a week by week, even day by day basis. We want to see breakthroughs in machines. We want to see breakthroughs in materials, and this is really what it's going to take to take Nano Dimension to the next level. But anyways, that is it for this video, guys. I just wanted to give you guys an update on where we are exactly with Nano Dimension as a company and what we can expect in the future as shareholders. If you guys liked what you're watching, please go ahead and hit that like button. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell notification to get notified when I make videos just like this one. Also, I wanted to ask that you guys leave a comment, because it also helps the YouTube algorithm a whole lot. So leave a comment. You could say whatever you want. It really helps the channel. Anyways, guys, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.